just about 4 miles off the shore of Lake Erie at Bill Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. The folks in Buffalo love their Bills, and a moment ago they entered to the delight of this sold-out crowd. They're set for football as their Bills will do battle with the New England Patriots. And we are underway in Buffalo. Taking it about the 1.
On the gate, boom.
And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
On first down, Allen.
He
finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Josh Jacobs, 85 yards. And the Bills have taken the early lead. Extra point attempt to follow here. And it's 7-0 Buffalo. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. Now Jones. And right away he lost the football. But I think the Patriots are going to hang on to the football. They do. They get it back.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage. But I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Give him 6 on the run. It'll be third down now with still a long way to go to get to the first down marker. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep for more. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And a return across midfield and the 46-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Bulldozes past it. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3. This defense for the Patriots, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
But it misses the target, incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. Throwing now is Allen.
That nigga wide the fuck open. God damn.
To the side.
Still hit on it. Austin, come on,
Send the feeder down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a 1st down.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here.
We out of frag.
Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in week 4. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
You got no motherfucker though.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs. Uses the stiff arm. And he doesn't quite make it. Taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. And that's about the easiest decline call you'll ever have right there.
Well, it leads me to one of my pet peeves, and maybe peeves is too strong of a word, but if you're going to jump off sides, finish the play. Make sure the play ends. Don't jump off sides and stop, because you see the net result here. If you're going to finish the play, you don't give up that type of yardage.
They'll run it with Jacobs. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. The billboard with Josh Jacobs. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Bills lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
Coming out.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16.
That's an avenue. What the? Mama be hurt. How the fuck did they? Oh, fuck. Hey, I fell up on the air.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Hey, you need me to pause that whole thing? You need me to pause the thing? Alright.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Throwing Jones.
Come on, man.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. And despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. Finds his running back, James Conner. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
14-0 to score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
He went away, don't stay on casket, cause my niggas was ashes. It's hard for me to sleep right now. We go by switches for the clocks, it make it automatic. All I gotta do is squeeze it now. Trying to stay focused, I keep chasing this win. Killers behind me, I'm chasing my dreams. Trying to heal up a nigga, feel like Tyree. But it's been too long, I realize they permanent scar. They say keep it going.
Oh, it's a pick.
And right side, Henry's got it. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. Here's Jones. Off the play fake.
Shit!
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Ed Oliver, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And this one is right down Broadway.
Man,
So that Charles a season long, and since he's a rookie, I guess we can go ahead and call that a career long as well.
I love how you put that together because, you know, as everyone at home was saying, okay, has to be career, right? Since he's a rookie, well done by you. But I definitely like what I've seen from him so far this year. Very distinguished college career. He's looking right at home here in the NFL.
Good, look at that motherfucker. Look at that motherfucker.
From the 10.
Boom!
And not a good return at all. Down inside the 10, all the way back at the 7.
If it's real smoke, then ain't no way they dodge us. Lean in my cup, this ain't champagne, but we bout Dracos. Give them hate. This is shit, let's go.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. But they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Allen to throw it. It's
Come on,
Knox,
Phil,
the
you got
tight
it.
end making the catch. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't
They say
too
about
bad
3 more
there.
minutes on the
They
field
had him
out
under
there.
wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on third down. To throw, it's Allen. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big gain there for the Bills.
And that one hurts defensively. They force him into third and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3-and-out. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. On play action, Allen rolling to his right.
What a phone at, man?
A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there, trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. The Bills send the punter out. Back deep is Philip Dorsett. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Well, these 2 teams, you might remember, met in Foxborough earlier in the season with the Patriots winning that ball game. So they are gunning for the sweep here in Buffalo. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw again. Jones eluding the pressure right. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, Jones. gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. They go play action here on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I gotta say, if it's gonna be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
They're in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their third one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently, they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided
How do we get there? We go right now. Ain't no money for that. We gotta run that ass.
Now Jones, a final shot before break. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. So we've reached halftime here on Christmas Day as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Patriots trailing here, but they will have the football first as the third quarter is underway. From deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Now, they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I established a running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
To throw again on second down, Jones. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. The sack there by Rasheem Green.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. Jones throwing on third and long. Flush to his right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets the football all the way down to the 16-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
So after the INT, it's Allen. Steps away to his
Damn!
right.
God damn!
Watkins. Touchdown, Buffalo. Chris Watkins. His 14th touchdown.
Man, I ain't doing that shit, man.
The Bills use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Anybody yelling at your door? I'm talking about damn they goddamn page. They got our goddamn. That shit, that was fire. It was I ain't gonna whip your ass.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a handoff as they run left side. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. Complete. Hunter Henry with the grab. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Jones now on 1st and 10. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Here's Jones on 1st down. Going to throw deep for the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones.
Get that block. Come on. Come on, Chris.
And they'll get this down to the 10. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. Toward the pylon. Touchdown, Patriots. A great effort there. With touchdown number 27, that ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Patriots make some inroads here on that deficit. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit.
Damn,
They decide fairly early here they need the ball back, so here's an onside kick.
That ain't
And the Bills are going to stop it as they call the timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third
that kind of
quarter.
time up was right after kicking me.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Come on, gang.
Oh, a mistake there. The kickoff out of bounds.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 40. Off the play fake. Allen, he'll buy some time right. And this is caught by Watkins. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
A 1st down run there for Jacobs, but nothing doing as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. He's going to go for
There we go.
play downfield.
Come on, where my pick at, gang? Good DK. I will take that. Hoping to pick though. We'll take that though.
Damn! One of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Now Allen. Uncorks one for Davis.
Ooh, that shit, that was fire.
10-yard line. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A big gain there for the Bills. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. One quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Allen now on 3rd and goal. They'll roll him out right.
There we go. What the fuck? Come on, get the fuck out of here, man. You gotta get that.
This will wind up incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
The kick by Bass is good, and that will get the lead up to 14. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. The time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. So there, Charles, in a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
And how about the situation that we're in right now, because this is the 4th quarter. So you know there's some tired legs out there on defense and probably some tired minds as well trying to chase guys around for 4 quarters. But this is what conditioning, athleticism, that separates the good backs from the great backs, and that was an A-plus effort right there.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Out of here.
So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Check 50, check 50. Check it out.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Once again, it's Jacobs.
Oh, that nigga got too many goddamn yards in there.
One tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And CD, you look at this defense.
You
What kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
The Bills on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Allen off the play fake, sliding out of the pocket, on the run.
Hell yeah, let's fucking go!
And look at this.
He on off, man. Need him on D, though.
It's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. And the Pats are right back in this football game. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes the receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this 4th quarter deficit. Now, this series could very well determine our outcome. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Looking to throw. Jones. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. And he's got some space here.
That's some bullshit.
Getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
They get it, Matt.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
They get it, Matt. Get that last nigga off you. Let's fucking go.
There, tackled down at the 1. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. They'll try to run this one in. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. This Buffalo defense has stood their ground. This is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. A great play there. With touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Patriots are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. When they're hoping
Not that time. Let's go!
There, he'll go down. It's a sack. And
That
it's
nigga
going
ran
to
the
bring
same.
us to the 2-minute warning. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
I know we played this. You gotta stop it.
So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's
Good. Throw that bitch. Good. Throw that bitch. Good. Throw that motherfucker.
Devin McCourty picks it off. And they take possession of the football and have it at
Throw that
the
motherfucker.
36-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way?
Hey, I'm surprised Ma ain't jumping that shit though, man. Ma Lewis might get on Sky Egg out there.
One pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now Jones.
Down through that bitch super late.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Big 3rd down, a field goal from this spot, 57 yards as they hope to move it a little closer. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. You talk about a big kick under pressure in the 4th quarter. I mean, that wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was long distance.
Not only does it show the faith that they have in him, but also remember, if they miss that one, they're giving up the ball near midfield, so they had to be very confident that he was going to put that one through the post.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays.
God damn!
Completely.
We can't come to God damn this shit. I'm about to say he knows score now. God damn! Shit! How the fuck ain't none of them go back though? Shit.
How many people watching this one right here who gave up because that score? They might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
What looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although
damn,
there's time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
That shit go fast.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Pats at the line, ready to go. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's countering.
Now Jones.
Damn, that nigga wide the fuck open too. Fuck. My damn. Damn.
Is a missed
Good
opportunity.
ass. Fuck, and I got them on my team.
If they take the ball down
Damn,
and
good shit.
score, they got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week in practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side,
I'm trying to get to him wide open.
force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball, so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
No, I'm telling you what pain is. Pain is not making the playoff. Sorry, boy.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And I tell you what, one thing that you and I featured as a storyline was that they were facing the NFL's #1 defense coming in, and they really took it right to them.
Yeah, they didn't blink, did they? And instead of just saying to themselves, let's make sure that we minimize our mistakes and try and play a conservative type game, they attacked right from the beginning. Said, we got to go after these guys. I think sometimes you take the #1 rated defense by surprise when you do that.
So for Buffalo, it's a big win here as they move to 11-4 now on the year. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Chicago Bears next week. Meanwhile, for New England, it's a loss that could wind up hurting a little as they fall now to 11-4.
I forgot I'm still streaming goddamn. I was trying to listen to that Quavo and that goddamn young boy.
Hey, what crazy, you know, like, say I would have pitched Chrome on. They probably wouldn't even get my nigga play one on no damn, you know what I'm saying, throw power, deep throw action. They probably had niggas play one goddamn awareness or goddamn, I don't know. But everything's still,
I believe playing somebody else. I ain't got no
Get your pill for some blue strips. Upgraded all my hollows to them blue tips. Rated up. Lot of violence, niggas set it up. Lot of stepping in the field. Corn toss. If I freak, we beat this shit. Hands on.